Well, we're going to talk about the effect of globalization on the world. I'm going to be in favor, she's going to be against, and in favor. So, I'm in favor of globalization because, well, in languages, for example, you can, they are being like modified for other people to speak them, and they're a little bit more easier to learn them, such as German, like it's changing to of of the use of genitive. It's not being used anymore, and they find it useless. Therefore, they already take that off of their normal language.
I am against the globalization because I think that in this way some countries are losing their identities because people now are trying to be the same as other ones and they are losing part of their nationalization.
Well, in the economic perspective or point of view, globalization has good impact because it lets small businesses or enterprises expand their market to other countries so they can grow easily and have more opportunities worldwide.
I think it's a great point of view for about Vicky of the world losing its identity, like in the same sample of languages, how in Mexican Spanish is using a lot of English words, and how English of United States is using a lot of Spanish words, such as pronto or la que hace. They're, we are losing our identity as Mexicans because we're trying to be just like them because we see them as a perfection of our world, of what we want Mexico to be.
Also, we are like introducing the as I was saying, with this globalization, also the celebrations of other countries are now introduced in other ones. For example, Halloween. Here in Mexico, we have the Dia de Muertos, and it's celebrated since I don't know, maybe the colonization or the pre-Hispanic colonies. But now people are more likely to celebrate Halloween because it's more, I don't know, public or common. But this is only because we are so close to the United States culture. So we are like forgetting our roots.
Well, I believe that the loss of identity is not fault of globalization. I believe that, that there has been a lot of losses of identity during history, during La Conquista, during World War One or two, where people in different countries did not feel part of that country because of the influence of others, and it is not because of globalization, because in those times there was not globalization. So I believe it's not a valid point to say that globalization is the, the factor that makes people change identity or lose their identity as Mexicans or Americans.
I think globalization is a good thing because uh, we're getting a little bit more knowledge of other places, and that's a good thing because we're not uh, really ignorant about other places. We know more about their culture, and we basically won't do anything wrong on the other places.
Even though we are knowing more experiences and more places, I think that it's important to keep in mind what we are, and only if you are not willing to change your identity or to deny what you are in the right track about globalization. Also, globalization is a positive way to expand, as you were saying, the businesses and those things. Also, the use of a common language, for example, the English, is an important factor that makes that the world can be more united.
Well, that's true. In that we're having like lingua franca as of English is it makes the whole world more united and like feeling not feeling that different from others.
Well, globalization has improved the communication worldwide. It has made people be able to talk to others in other like places on the world, like Mexico to China, that in times before it was not possible. So now it is very fast, very effective the communication, and we can share even images, videos around the world, and many people can be seeing these things and even comment or like them.
Uh, well, is technology a part of globalization?
Yes.
Yes. Well, the revolution about technology, I think we wouldn't be able to have all this if we were only on our own. Like, mainly China and Japan are the capital of all technology. Um, I don't think we will actually have all this technology if we didn't have the help or we didn't understand what they wanted or we didn't have any communication at all.
But maybe with these countries that come in, for example, to Mexico, to sell these technologies, maybe we are like stopping someone to be an entrepreneur and to develop new ideas, maybe of technology. Maybe we are like stopping ideas and innovations that could be like new, and we are only accepting that what is in the whole world, and maybe not listening what is here and now.
But, well, I believe that due to globalization, a person that has a very creative idea, innovative, can now more easily use that idea or affect
Or make it
the
real.
world, make it real, because it has now access to many countries, to many markets. It can innovate in many products that in the past it wasn't able to do.
Oh yeah, but I think mainly, well, my main idea is like we should be thankful for globalization because many things we have now in Mexico we wouldn't have them if it wasn't for other countries, like such as iPhones or the new computers or maybe material that because there are some materials that are exported or imported. So we wouldn't have what we have.
Yeah, I have to agree with both of you that with globalization, Mexico has had a lot of opportunities in the economic way, but also it is part of losing what he had in point of the time. But I think that can be possible, and we can like achieve a neutral thinking in the globalization, because even though it is a negative way and a I don't know okay. Even though we are losing some of our traditions and part of our culture, we are also being a new culture which is universal.
Yeah, I think I agree with that because I remember when I was little, I once came here in Mexico and it was El Día de Muertos and it was really everything was decorated. My grandma did an altar of my great grandmother, but now my grandma won't even remember her. Now she won't do anything like the tradition of that or Christmas traditions that we used to have like posadas. We don't do them anymore. But I think that's for like we are losing our identity, and those are those aspects that makes us Mexicans.
Well, I believe that globalization is something that we cannot like. We cannot avoid globalization. It's something that in, it had to happen because countries needed to stop thinking like individuals and started to work together with other countries. The world is now prepared to work together because global problems such as global warming need the help of different countries. Not only one country can make solutions or solve the problems that are now present in the world.
So, as a conclusion, it could be like globalization is great for our like it's a benefit for us because we obtain many things of other countries or cultures, but I think it's bad. Well, we think it's bad because we're kind of losing what we were. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Huele a gas.